This is actually the second time.
Okay.
You know, and the first time it was Bandit, the same person.
Oh,
the same
nice.
promoter brought me here. You know, so it's a pleasure being here for the second time. You know, only that this time is, you know, the ice, man.
What time? It was summertime the last time you came?
It was, well,
Yeah, it was summertime.
yeah, around that time. But it wasn't that cold. It was
Yeah.
a little bit.
It's not like this all year round, just so you know that.
It's wicked, man.
It's really bad right now. Welcome to the Cold of Toronto. You're here for a reason, Redemption. We're going to talk about that in just a bit. But for everybody on the outside who may not be familiar or not even know the backstory on you, you're kind of like a record holder in Jamaica. You were the youngest person at the time to win a major contest by Digicel. Tell me a little bit about how you got into the business and tell me a little bit about yourself.
I entered Digicel Rising Stars in 2007. I won that competition, becoming the youngest person to ever win. At that time, I started with Donovan Germain from Penthouse. He was the first big producer that I worked with. Donovan Germain worked with people like Buju Banton and Master Griffiths.
Yeah.
Win one done. Just to mention a few. But my first big song was Can't Sleep on the Feel Good Rhythm with Barry Salmon.
Huge.
Yeah, and then came songs like Who Feels It Knows It and The Rain Is Falling and Love Doctor and Taking You Home. My first album was in 2010. That was self-titled album, Romain Virgo. Distributed by VP Records. And 2010 was the first time I came here.
Okay. So it's been a good 5 years since you've been up here for.
Yeah. It's been a good while, but and it's growing at the same time. I think every year, we see growth. The fans say that they see growth, and that's a beautiful thing. Our second album was in 2012. The System album, which had songs like The System and Rich in Love and I Know Better, and covers like Don't You Remember, it's some people say it's a much mature album than the first one, which I'm grateful for, so we just continue to grow, and I love it.
What are some of the influences in your life? Not even just in reggae music, but what influences your music in terms of artists? Doesn't matter the genre. Who do you listen to and really take inspiration from?
Well, I grew up in a house where most of the music play were like Barry Salmon and Alton Ellis and Dennis Brown and Bob Marley and Luciano and just to mention a few, and Sanchez. And I couldn't get away from this kind of music. Then my mommy would love to listen to people like Otis Redding and Marvin Gaye and Percy Sledge and James Brown and.
So you had that definite mixture where you were into the lovers rock and that kind of reggae vibe, and then
man.
you
soul
had
music. And then when the music when you play inside of the house, I try to sound like the artist as well.
Okay.
That is what I used to do. So sometimes I would be upstairs singing, and some people would call up. I wonder if it's a radio playing or it's or it's me singing for real.
And I think there's a lot of artists in Jamaica that kind of took to that too, listening to the American music and putting their own spin on it. For me personally, and I think that this is very, very true. It's a thought that I've always had, that I think reggae music is the only genre of music that can do a cover of a song, and to me, sometimes it even sounds better than the original. Maybe because I love reggae music, but. There's no other genre. I love soca music, but there's some soca covers that I was like, yeah, that's not really too great. But reggae music is one of those things where, like, there's so many covers, there's so many songs, especially going back to, like, the soul music of the 60s and 70s. You had a lot of covers of the R&B tunes of the 90s. All of them fire.
True.
So there's a lot of American inspiration there.
Yeah, that's true. And then, some of the music, it's, like for example, Ska. I think, at that time, the artists used to listen to the American music. Yeah. And that is where they get the inspiration to come up with the thing called Ska. So I think Jamaican, and Jamaican producers, Jamaican musicians have, been very creative.
They have.
In listening to other genres of music and making something new.
Exactly. Put their own spin on it. So it still had that little bit of a guitar rock element, but had their own riffs in it and gave it a completely different sound.
Definitely.
So let me head into some tunes by you. We're going to talk back to you in 1 second. You'll be inside the Redemption 15-year anniversary tonight inside the Sound Academy. So we're going to get into what people can expect from you and all that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, let me head to that big tune you just talked about on the Feel Good Rhythm. It's called "Can't Sleep." Right now, Romain Virgo in studio with yours truly, Marksman.